Okay, happy Tuesday, everyone. It's June 9th. This is the second stimulus check update. So, whatever you might be hearing or whatever you see in the news, just go check it yourself. Congress.gov. The House number is HR 6800. You can pull up what's happening with that bill. It's called the HEROES Act. Online. Just go to search. You can find it. It looks like this. I have it pulled up where you see all the actions. Right now, it's in the Senate's second reading. There's 3 Senate readings that have to happen for every single bill to pass. First time it's read, it's really just the title. Then it's assigned to a committee. Then it's brought back. It's read a second time, assigned to a committee, brought back a third time if it makes it that far, and then it's voted on. As you can see, as of June 1st, it's only passed the second reading, and depending on who you listen to in the Senate will dictate whether or not you think it's going to pass. One of the biggest problems with bills like this, just in general, is the sheer size of them. If you look, this bill isn't just a stimulus package for people, the average, Main Street. It's for a lot of different sectors of the economy. I'll walk you through real quick what's going on right here. So here's a summary. Medicare, Medicaid, health insurance, broadband service, medical product supplies, immigration, student loans and financial aid, the federal workforce, prisons, veteran benefits, consumer protection requirements, the U.S. Postal Service, federal elections, aviation, railroad workers, and pension and retirement plans. And so essentially because the economy is under such pressure, you have to almost draft bills amending all the policies that affect all of these things just from a day-to-day life. So each one of those provisions has been put in there trying to reshape and remold the financial system that is now under this massive amount of regulation or stress. The regulations are trying to fit in between that. So for example, the 401ks you can now go pull them out without the 10% penalty. Before the legislation was passed, to go pull your 401k out if you're in a bind, you had to pay a 10% penalty. Now that was to discourage people from dipping into their savings, but under the enormous financial strain that everybody's under, you really don't have a choice in some cases. And so this, to me, it kind of pushes me back to the free market idea that the more regulation you have, the harder it is to get regulation through, because each one of these sectors, pensions, for example, if nobody's paying taxes, how do you pay all the pensions? How do you pay Social Security, for example? If nobody's working, how do you do these things? If you remove legislation, the free market is so much faster at solving these problems. Even from I can go down the street to the restaurant right now, and a restaurant that couldn't sell beers and liquor to go can now do that. Our city, Houston, has passed the ordinance where you can go ahead and do that. Well, what's stopping you from doing that all the time, right? It's another revenue stream for restaurants to have. But they try to regulate it and say, okay, well, this section, liquor stores and supermarkets are the only places you can buy to take, and restaurants you can buy and consume there, but you can't take it with you. Those things slow the free economy down because when restaurants were under a bind now, they couldn't sell, so people had to do it. Otherwise, it was against the law. So, in some sense, legislation can cause more problems than it solves. Just the enforcement of legislation is difficult. But as far as the second stimulus check goes, it's in the exact same position it was at the beginning of the month. House has passed it. The Senate's debating it. Mitch McConnell, the Senate Republican or the Senate Majority Leader, has said they're not going to pass it. There's too much other information in there, too much other legislation that doesn't need to belong in there. And then the Democratic Majority Leader is saying we need to hurry up and get this through. So they're going to have to negotiate on all this. They're going to go back and forth on how to negotiate these different terms and what's important to their constituency and what's important to their caucuses and then their majorities and minorities, and they'll vote on it at some point. My guess is it'll probably pass given the enormous unemployment. But curious to see what you guys think. Happy Tuesday. Drop me a line, subscribe, comment in the section below. Talk to you guys soon.